Hello and welcome to another time on Conversations with Jumie. My name is Jumie Ep.14. The issue of rape and sexual assault leaves a devastating effect on the victim and the family. When I hear stories of rape, I'm consumed with lots of thoughts. And as an imaginative person like me, I am usually extremely heartbreaking because my subconscious keeps playing on how this scenario must have been like. I mean, the question really is, why rape? Why gain pleasure through force and pain? You must have heard of the story of 22-year-old Uwa and 18-year-old Barakat, who were brutally raped and killed. Seems to me like we have a pandemic of rape in Nigeria. Let's go on this break and be right back. Hello and welcome back to the show. Now, I have my guest in the studio with me now. Her name is Mrs. Funke Ijayekunle. Now, Mrs. Funke Ijayekunle is a rape recovery specialist and a professional counselor. She's a coach at Yours Sincerely Therapy, a mental health advocacy program, and executive director, Heart Minders Initiative. Welcome to the show, ma. Thank you for gracing our studio today.
Thank you very much.
All right, so just tell us a little bit more about your NGO. What do you do basically?
Okay, so my initiative, we do quite a lot of things, but two major things that we do is offer social support to rape victims. What this means is once a rape case is reported, we help the victim from writing a report at the police station to getting forensic tests done, to getting medicals done, to getting a lawyer, to going to court.
Okay.
So we provide support all the way.
Okay.
And then we help the victim or the survivor, as the case may be, to maintain a good mental health.
Okay.
Balance kind of. And then we are the leading initiative in Lagos that has been in the forefront for over 7 years. We have been the one arranging the work against rape, and going from house to house saying that it is better to prevent it than to wait for it to happen. So majorly what Outmenders is known for is like we are the sensitization hub. We dish out information from every angle. Aside going physical, we release e-banner, giving people information about available help, about available these informations that they need to know. We go to schools and teach sex education for free. A lot of things just to make sure that we give enough information out to the younger generation.
Wow, that's really commendable. I didn't know we had organizations that really do a lot of things like that. Okay, now the rape issue that we have now. I know it's a global thing, but I'm talking about Nigeria now because it's been trending for weeks now. Talking about the case of Uwa, who was raped in church, and also Barakat, who was also raped in her father's compound. What's your take about all of this that's happening now?
I mean, this is not just happening.
Yes.
For us that are on the field, we see this every day. Just this morning, I was on a phone-in interview, and someone called in to say, there's a case this morning at Langbasa, that's around Aja. 4 boys raped a 12-year-old girl. And I just called. In fact, as I'm leaving here, I'm supposed to go do something, but I have to go to Lasut to make sure the girl gets all the necessary medical attention that she needs before we'll start the process of getting making arrests and doing also, because I mean, first and foremost, what is important to us is that the victim gets well and it's okay. And I mean, to get justice is at her own prerogative. She can decide not to, and she can decide to. I mean, so what we see every day, it just shows that people are now more aware. People now want to use their voice more. And then because of the lockdown, then because all of us are online, even those that does not know how to use internet now are learning because it's our new normal. So I believe that is the reason for the most outcry these days, because there's nowhere to go to right now. Even I remember before the lockdown, my initiative, we have a case that we were pursuing. Immediately after the lockdown, the guy ran away because we couldn't make the arrest, because he knows nobody will come after him. Then so what we are left with is to make sure that we begin to synthesize, begin to talk about it online. So that's why we are having, when we were talking about Busola's case last year, people thought we were jokers. A lot of people threatened us. They sent us different notes. We got a lot of, that we want to, we are defiling the church. We are not Christians. We are this. We are child of the world. We are blah blah blah. But now people can see that rape is almost becoming something normal for us. It's almost becoming normal, and now everybody is waking up. It's not, all these cases, they're not new. We see it every day. Lagos DSVRT, if you check their record, because we all submit data there, you will see the numbers we submit quarterly. It's just, I mean, if it's new to people, to us, it's not.
Okay, most of these cases that you receive, what's their story like? So people can learn, because we heard of how this rape occur.
Yeah.
What's the major story that you hear? Is there any link between this any look-alike stories that you receive?
All right, so there is no similar story.
Okay.
Even if it is by the same perpetrator, because we have repeated offender.
Wow.
We have someone who bribed his way out or powered his way out, as the case may be, and had the opportunity or unfortunate opportunity to do it again. The case will never be the same thing. That's number one. But there are some similarities that you always see in rape cases, and one of them is that it is always done by somebody that is known to the victim. You rarely see occasions where a stranger would rape someone, because rape is an organized crime. The perpetrator put in work. The work include I don't like her. I see her today. Why is she doing chakara? I see her tomorrow. I asked her, she didn't say yes. Or one young girl that they're grooming, 3-year-old, 2-year-old, 1-year-old, that you just see, maybe the parents are careless. He's walking around. The girl is walking around butt naked, and one psychopath just feel that is an opportunity to sleep with a year-old or a 2-year-old baby. So you can see, even if it's just one day, the perpetrator had to make plans. Part of the plans is to make sure the child's parents are not there. I can't just come into your room, open the door, and take your child and rape your child. I have to be sure you are that parent that is not available. I have to be sure you are that parent that doesn't care where your children are part-time. I have to be sure you are that girl that probably likes to drink. It's not an excuse. But for somebody to want to put something in your drink and use it as an opportunity to rape you, the person must have carefully noted that this is what you do. So one thing that is common is that the perpetrator is known to the victim. Other things that we have noticed is that most of these people have history with rape. They have history with violence, and they have history with behavioral pattern. In behavioral pattern, there is something that keeps happening. If you come from a home where maybe you grew up seeing your father beat your mom all the time, there is every tendency that you beat your wife, or that you would marry somebody who will beat you. Because it's a pattern. You would naturally gravitate towards somebody who is violent. So the same thing would apply, because we would see that these people, they have a pattern and they have history. They have been conditioned to do things that are violent. Because I say this all the time when I'm on here, that rape is not about sex. Rape is about domination. It's about somebody who feels I am more powerful and I can exercise my power.
But could you attribute this to a form of mental health?
Of course. Of course. We've not been taking mental health seriously in this part of the world. I tell you, I am a rape survivor. I was raped at the age of 16. And usually the common thing is that when a young girl is raped, the girl is likely to withdraw back into her shell in every facet, including close relationships, including academics, maybe stop eating, but that is not always the case. It's just what we see mostly. In my case, I became more wayward. I became I hunger for sex more, and I don't care who wants to give it. Anybody. So in that case, it was a mental problem until I checked myself into a facility and sought professional help. So if a boy has a pattern of saying I can take sex forcefully, it grows to become something that is affecting that person. Has something wrong with his head. And we need to understand that even a rapist has a story. A rapist has a story. It's just that I am able to switch between being a counselor and being an advocate. When you call for my anger, you see it. When you call for my soft side, you see it. And it's because I have grown through the journey. I can talk about my story now without blinking. I was in a place where I couldn't talk about it. I didn't even tell anyone. I didn't tell my parents. I didn't tell anyone.
Wow.
But I grew over time to understand that I am doing myself harm, because it's just like forgiveness. When somebody hurts you and you are holding the person in grudge, you are hurting yourself. That means you are adding to your problem. So it's the same thing when a rape victim, because I am not a victim anymore. I'm not a survivor anymore. I'm a conqueror. I have grown to the stage where I see it happen and I know what to do to help that person. And I would not judge you because I understand what you have gone through. So it's the same way we need to start understanding that for every perpetrator of rape, that person has a story. Is it that the person has a mental problem or the person has history that we need to look into?
Very interesting. Okay, now let us talk about the healing aspect. Now, healing aspect.
Right.
So, I know majority of rape victims, the reason why they are actually reluctant to come out is because fear of embarrassment and shame, and even fear of not being believed, and also mistrust of the justice system. So, your initiative, how have you been able to conquer these challenges?
Okay, so this is what we do. Once we get, okay, let me give you an example of that rape case that went viral of that 3-year-old at Chrisland School.
Yes.
Now, the mother of the child had done her homework by educating her child. And we do this mistake all the time when we believe the child is too small. We must educate our children. They must know, and we must not mince word. We must not say kokoro, that thing, private. There's nothing private. In fact, all parts of your body is private. There's nothing that is public because you are the owner of your body. But what the woman had done is that the woman had prepared her child in a way that this girl led us straight to the man. And there was no way. I mean, it was sweet to us. It was a sweet victory. The man got 61 years.
Wow.
It was sweet victory because one would have thought a 2-year-old, oh, I'll get away with it. What would this one say that people will believe? But this girl, all through the process of asking her question, she did not say one, she did not miss anything out of whatever she's saying all the time that they got the interview. Even the forensic interview. And you know what it is to get a forensic interview. Even your body language matters. If you blink and you think you are lying, it's problem. Even in a forensic interview. So what am I saying? What I'm saying is that we need conscious efforts to make people understand the concept of rape. What is rape? Gong, gong, gong. What is it? Because when you define it and you put sex inside, that's when you cause problem. It is not. It's not an act of sexual intercourse. Like we had sex. No, we didn't have sex. No, it wasn't sex. So, what we have done with the process and the things that we have seen is that we have made sure that we let victims know it is not your fault. When you see somebody, I mean, 90% of the problem is solved when you make that person understand that it is not your fault, and then it is okay not to be okay at this time. If you don't want to talk, it's fine. If you want to rant, it is fine. If you want to cry, it is fine. If you want justice, it is fine. You don't want to see the person, it's fine. You want to eat the person raw, it's fine. Anything you want to do at that point is fine. So once you make them comfortable at that level, that is when the justice process starts. Because for me, justice is, I finally found my voice and I'm helping people heal. That's my justice. Someone else's justice is that the person must be behind bars and we will make it happen because, of course, rape is a criminal offense. And thank God for Lagos. The procedure is on ground. The justice system is so fast in Lagos right now that I can tell you that in the whole of 2019, we got over 90 convictions.
Wow.
In Lagos only. Lagos only. What it means is that we even have a special court. We are so lucky in Lagos. I can't imagine what other states are going through because we were there before. There was a time in Lagos when you get a perpetrator, the policeman will even be the one to scatter everything. Say, what are you saying? Rape. They don't even understand.
They don't understand.
But now, when you get to the police station, there are special officers that we have trained. They are the one that will take your statements. They understand every process. They will not miss out a word, and they know how to talk to you. When you get to maybe Mirabel or Warif to take your test, they know how to do it and not tamper with evidence. When we get to court, we know how to not say they are looking for file. We already know how to go through, and we have a special court where the only thing they do day and night is give judgment on rape cases.
Wow.
In Lagos. In Lagos. So these are the things that are in place that has made it easy. Not totally easy because there's something that we call web of reporting that we are still working on.
Okay.
So I wake up, I'm a rape victim, and I call you as my friend. I say, hello, good morning. Has something just happened to me? And I say, hold on. And I drop the call. And I'm not picking my call again. And you call him. I say, hello. I just called Funke. She's not picking her call. I need somebody to talk to. I just did it. I said, I don't know. And probably you call like 7 people before, the person is already tired.
Yes.
So let me just leave it. But let's assume I pick. And I say, sorry, I'm not in Lagos, but I know somebody that you can talk to. Call Mirabel. And God says, okay, yeah, come and do your test. You have to tell Mirabel your story. They'll take your report and take tests. And Mirabel say, go to the police station, go and report. And you have to tell your story. That's the third time. Yeah. And then I say, okay, we want to go and get DPP advice so that we want to get police advice so that we can make arrest.
Okay.
When you get there, you say your story again. That's the fourth time.
Yes.
What's happening to the victim?
Draining.
No, you will get to like 9 points. Because when you get to the ministry, you will say it again. When you get to the judge,
Even
you
saying
say it
it
again.
is enough trauma.
You are reliving the experience.
Yeah.
So we need to come to a point where as soon as it happens, there's a process in place that gets your statement immediately, and that statement will suffice all through the process. And I think we will get there very soon. So these are.
But don't you think multiple saying of these stories is a way to also authenticate the true state of the story?
But it does not. But it does not justify the trauma we allow the victim relieve.
True.
The trauma you allow the person relieve, because you have to. Imagine saying, and he pinned me down, and he broke a bottle, and he did this,
Yeah, I get.
and he did this, and you got to someone and not say it again like.
Oh.
Again, but that's the process. That's so we call it in advocacy. We call it web of reporting.
Okay.
Web of reporting. So you are here and you have to meet like. In fact, there is a point you get to the police station and they say we can't find the statement. So you have to say it again. And you have to say it again. These are the things that we are going through. But I want to give it to Lagos State government. They have given us reason to want to wake up and do this every day, because daily it becomes easy.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to go on a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to be talking about the investigative part of when a rape victim do not report the rape case immediately. How difficult can it be? We'll be right back. Hello and welcome back to the show. And if you're just joining us, I'm just speaking with Mrs. Funke Ijayikunle. We're talking about rape, the trending rape issue now in the country. All right, so Bukola Dakolo's case was a unique one because she came out 20 years after. Did that impede your investigation? And I mean, was it just a dead end because you could not get any live or physical evidence? How did it affect your investigation?
Oh yeah. Okay. So there's something in law that we call statutory bar.
Okay.
What it means is that it gets to a point when, after 7 years, you can no longer try the case in some states. It's no longer valid. But what happened in Busola Dakolo's case is that up until the time she came out, we still have people who are willing to testify.
That's part of evidence too.
Yes. So what it means is that even if Busola's case, because what we do is immediately it happens, we advise survivors not to wash. Don't wash your body. In 72 hours, we can still get raw evidence, which includes bruises. Because of course, because it's rape, there will be bruises, no matter how tiny. There'll be bruises, and there's likelihood of still getting the person's semen, right? So, and then fingerprints touching all over the body, like in case of Hua,
Yes.
that they could trace the blood. So, what happened is that most people does not. We are still in a space where people are still ashamed. People are still not comfortable coming out immediately. So, the evidence, of course, would have been tampered with, but then there's still something we can do, that we can advise that once you come forward, like in case of Busola, we can get maybe people, or we can trace it back to people saying, oh, I am aware, or oh, that time, because Busola's case, we have like 2 or 3 other people who confirmed that she came to me at that time. And she told me, and even I called that pastor at that time, and I said so to that pastor. No matter how much you want to deny it, I have about 2 people that came to my DM and said, this pastor did same thing to me, but I can't come out. In fact, one of them said, I am happily married with my husband now in London, and we have 3 children. How do I go back to him and say sometimes ago? Because let me stay here. Not everybody that has gone through rape feels somehow. Yes. I know someone who knows someone. I know someone and another one who had been raped before, and it's not a problem to them. Like, what's your people's problem? Why are you not okay? I've been raped before and I'm okay. And it's not abnormal.
Would you say the person has healed, or the person doesn't just see anything?
The person hid it in her subconscious. One day there will be a trigger. Let me tell you what happened. There's a close friend of mine that the friend is always paranoid. Like the child, when the child hugs you, like, they don't hug my daughter. They don't sit down with my boy. Even the husband is complaining. But this girl does not have a problem living that with the fact that she has been raped. She did not tell anyone, and she does not have any. But she has this trigger anytime because the uncle who raped her always placed her on her leg, on his leg. So anytime she sees her daughter sitting on a man's leg, she's not okay with it. So what I'm saying is, some people will not have any problem living with it until there's a trigger, or maybe something similar happened and they'll be like, wait, some even will forget. Oh yes, some will forget it happened. It's possible. Some will forget it ever happened, but one day something will just happen and they'll be like, wait, did I dream about this thing one time? Like, wait, no. When I was at this age, and it only takes a professional to sit with such person, in 3 minutes the person will remember everything. So people move on with their life with it, not minding what has happened. But some will just need to go through a process. Some will just need to heal, find a closure and heal. So in Busola's case, Busola was not living a good life. She was not enjoying her life. And she needed to break that silence. And she did. And for all we care, she had spoken and she was willing to follow it through. She wasn't saying, oh, because the backlash was much, I'm not talking again. Up until yesterday, she's still talking.
Yes.
She's still talking. So what happens when the case is too long is that we eat the law. When the law says, no, we can't do anything. Or the law says, well, maybe if we can get a similar case, or if you can provide evidence. Because like I said earlier, rape is an evidence-based crime. And that's one of the problem we have. You must, no matter the sentiment you want to put inside, no matter how much you want to cry in front of a judge, you need evidence.
Evidence. I mean, evidence always works in court anyway. Okay, so let us talk about the forensics in Nigeria. I mean, Uwa's case, police said, oh, they were able to trace fingerprints. And people are wondering, in Nigeria, do we have such capacity for us? Do we have data for us to even trace a particular fingerprint to the person? People don't know that.
No, we have data, we just don't use data.
Oh.
We have data, we just don't use data. I think the government comfortably use data when it pleases them. When they really want to do the work, or when it hits them hard, they would look for the data. We registered, don't forget, we went to bank, and for our BVN, they used our fingerprints. For our national ID card, we use fingerprints. To register for voters card, we use fingerprints. They have the data. They only use it when they want to use it. When they wanted to give us COVID-19 food, they did not have data. They did not have the data, disappeared. But that they will not get, I mean, once you register, at least I can say that even if it's just to use it as a form of identification, a lot of people registered for the national ID card.
Yeah.
A lot of people have international passports. A lot of people have driver's license. All these ID cards, there was thumbprint.
True.
So that's data. It's data. Only that, I mean, how do NEPA go to porous areas like Shomolu, Bariga, Ajegunle and still ask for a NEPA bill? Because they have their data. They have their data. If government want to charge you for electronics, all these things that they charge, they know our house. They will come. If you use one light, they will come to your house and ask for money. It's because they have data.
Yes.
So I agree with them that they could trace the blood, they could trace everything, and then get this person, except if the person is a ghost.
And people also have the fear that they don't want them to pin on an innocent person.
An innocent person.
Yes.
Which of course we cannot totally say it won't happen. But what I find difficult to believe is that this would be one person, because the things that we are seeing from the scene is making me feel, I mean, I don't understand, and I don't know, I mean, because of what I do, it would be wrong for me to make guesses. But I just feel if this was done by one person, that person is a monster. That's how crazy that scene.
Bite marks all over our body
is bad. It's bad. But I mean, if they have it, let them put it forward. And what we just pray is that we get justice for this girl. That's the least we can do for the parents. That's the least. I mean, a match is going on right now in Ikeja that we want to declare a state of emergency in Nigeria for rape crimes. We just need to do better. We need law that would, I mean, castration, I mean, whatever that you know.
But people say castration is inhuman, like you don't do that to a fellow human.
Is inhuman. Rape is inhuman. What you do is you still, in my case, my teenage years was stolen from me. It was stolen from me because it was a total blackout. I didn't know when I grew up. I can't remember some of the things I did. I can't remember because I just wanted to push through life. And that is what you do. I mean, so I can't imagine a 3-year-old and we think they won't remember when they grow up. Of course they will remember. Of course they will remember. So the least we can do for Uwa, for Baraka, for Jennifer, for Lillian, is to get justice, is to make sure that the perpetrators are behind bars. And when they are behind bars, we still feed them with our taxpayers' money. That's my pain. That's my pain. I can say, okay, keep them there, let's work on them and see if they would change. But it's taxpayers' money that we're going to spend on this.
Going to spend on them.
They stay in prison and eat food. They will feed them all. And it's with our money, the money we are paying.
They might even keep raping in the prison.
So, I mean, there's something that has to be in place to make sure. And most importantly, honestly, is to work on the next generation so that we don't erase that generation and begin to repair adults.
Yes.
Because by this generation, these ones that are on Twitter, the ones that are younger than I am, because, I mean, as young as I may look, I'm 42 years old. Those that are behind us, the 20-something, we need, I don't know. I don't know what we can
What do you think we can do? How do you think we can
We
inculcate
need a sporadic
habits in
we
our
need
male children? Because it seems like the female children we constantly teach them how to dress, what to do, how to be a woman,
yes
but we don't attach so much strength in teaching
on
our male
the boys.
children.
Yes, we need to
What?
start raising boys who understands consent, who
Yes.
understands how to ask. I tell people all the time, my son, sometimes you say, Mommy, you have told me that before. So, Mommy, I remember. Because I always tell him, even if it's just to take a bottle of water from your sister, you must ask because it's not your own. Don't say, give, no, 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 it won't happen in this house. You would ask for anything that is not yours and you will get approval before you will use it. And that is where consent starts from. When you begin to, boys begin to understand that getting sex out of girls is not your right. It's not your right. It's not what comes, it doesn't follow you. It's not a manner from above. You ask, she will say an emphatic yes.
Yes.
And as you are in the act, you continue to get consent. Because it's becoming normal and people are beginning to see it as if Nigerian girls, Shashe is rape. Is it all of you that were raped? No.
Some people say, how were you dressed? Should that be coming up in the 21st
It shouldn't
century?
even
I mean,
come
Barakat, she was a phone covered up girl,
It's
and a
1 year
Jabian
old.
girl.
We have a 1-year-old
I
kid.
mean, a
What
3-year-old.
was she wearing? A 2-year-old, a Pampers or what?
And
So
it's
people
sickening.
need to understand. We just need to put more effort into educating, and then we need to change our curriculum. Please, the government are listening. All this biology, chemistry, I'm not saying they should not do it, but I don't know what you are doing with 23 subjects, and you are not teaching them emotional intelligence. You are not teaching them about humanity. You are not teaching them about life lessons. You are not teaching them about being a proper human being. How to have empathy, how to understand life. You're not teaching them about business. Their minds are not busy. You know, you said that the idle mind is the devil's workshop. We need to keep them busy with things that, we are like 200 years behind in education. The curriculum is so boring. I don't know, the intro tech and all these subjects. I don't know. What are we doing with it? I can't even remember the subjects I offered in secondary school. I can't remember them again. Even the ones in the university. We are not doing the right thing. We need to change our curriculum because the world is changing. If every time, as I was leaving the house now, my children are online, studying. And I know that in a split of seconds, she could just say, I want to go and check my Instagram. I want to check my this, I want to check my...
They even pop up naturally. They don't even need to go there.
So we need to consciously and to deliberately raise children. Parenting now, you have to be present. You cannot replace your parenting with present. And you disappear for 2 months and you come back and saying take teddy bear. You would lose that child. Because what you refuse to teach them, there is somebody waiting in the corner to teach them that thing that you don't want to teach them. That sex education that you're afraid to do, somebody else will do it. And you will not like what they will teach your child.
True. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, ma. And just a quick one. Okay. After all has been said and done and the person has gotten justice, do you do any follow-up on the rape victim? What do you do?
We do. What we do is we do full-time counseling.
Okay.
Because what happened is that there's an immediate, instant reaction to rape, and then there's mid reaction, and then there's a post reaction. So for instance, the immediate reaction would be that the person does not want to come out, the person does not want to eat, the person does not want to see the old friends, the person just wants to be by him or herself. And then the mid reaction could be that the person wants a total change in personality. Probably I'm somebody who is like I'm a choleric before. There's nothing I can't say, there's nobody I can't talk to. Once something is on my mind, I want to say it. But the person would begin to switch between personalities and would be, today the person is cold, tomorrow the person is hot. And then afterwards, the person wants to make a final decision and say, you see, I'm done with men. You see, I'd rather leave Nigeria. Like, rape is not in another country. So in all these steps, what we'll do is to make sure this person understand that what has happened to you has happened. what you need to do now is to take charge of your own life. You need to be there for yourself. And one thing that others can do is to give you a shoulder to cry on. But what you need is what you can give for yourself by being there for yourself and understanding that people are not their behavior. Take for instance, what I mean by people are not their behavior. Someone rapes you today, get justice, go to prison, gives his life, becomes a born again Christian. Or meets with an imam and says what you have been doing is not good, and the person says, I agree, I want a total change of life. And while the person got a change of life, either the person wants to be jailed, the person is in jail for 60 years, justice has been served, and the person continue to live a better life. But you want to continue dwelling in that position. That is what is important to me, that no rape survivor dwell in that space. You have to, and it doesn't have to happen immediately. It's not something that will say it must happen, you have to move on. No, you can't continue to live like this. No, is a process. But what we ensure in our counseling unit is that we ensure that you go through that process. Don't be stagnant. Don't stand in one place. Don't come for counseling today and tomorrow you say you don't feel like doing it, because we need you to get your life back. We need you to move on with your life, and we need you to know that after rape there's life.
Thank you very much, ma. I've been speaking to Mrs. Funke Ijayi-Kunle, a rape survivor, and she has also been helping rape victims get their lives back. Many thanks for gracing today's episode. It was really, really interesting. Thank you. All right, so with that, we come to the end of this episode on Conversations with Jumie. I'm sure you had a very interesting time listening to all we had to say on this program. But remember, to get justice, you have to speak up. You have to say something. Don't see any evidence as small. Whatever evidence, whatever information you have, just go to the authorities and just lay your complaint and lay the evidence you have. Thank you very much for watching this episode. I'll be right back next week for another interesting episode. Thanks for watching. Bye.